Hello. How's everyone doing today? I am doing fine. If you're wondering, today I'm here to talk about my celibacy journey. 6 years today. I had to look it up, do the math. But today is the 6 year anniversary of my celibacy, and I am just here to talk about my journey. Like I left off, a lot of people are in my inbox telling me why, especially women, do not tell people you're celibate. It's gonna be hard on you to find a man, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm proud of my celibacy, so if that hinders me from finding the love of my life, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna say this. It started 3 years before my divorce. So I was still married and took this celibacy journey. People are wondering, why were you married and not doing your wifely duties? I had filed for divorce and wanted the divorce. He had been fighting me those 3 years because he did not want the divorce. So that was why. In my eyes and in my heart, I was already divorced in those 3 years. And what made me decide, once I first asked for the divorce, I thought it was going to be a quick, fast thing. I thought maybe a year at best. But it ended up turning out 3 years. But I had told myself, while I'm still married, that I wasn't going to be intimate with any man, out of respect for my marriage, because I still respected my marriage until the day we signed those papers. So out of respect for my marriage and out of respect for myself and the covenant that I made with God, I was not going to be sexually intimate with any man, or intimate with any man of any sort, period, until the divorce was final. Did I think it was going to be 3 years? No, I didn't. And I think he enjoyed prolonging it like this, but that's how it happened. And so, to be honest, because I am a very, very, very honest woman, probably too honest, I could not wait. I was like, okay, once these divorce papers are signed, I am going to be out here in these streets. And I was like, you know how you look at guys, you're like, okay, he can get it, he can definitely. And so once the divorce was final, I'm 3 years celibate, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And God was probably up in the heavens laughing at me, probably like, I'm going to sit this chick down. And that's exactly what happened, because once it got to that point, I felt like my morals, I just wanted to keep my morals the way they were, like I liked myself celibate. Just was much happier. I am much happier now. My smiles are real. I wake up in the morning happy. I just wake up smiling. I'm always giggling. I'm always in a good mood. And I had to weigh my options. I love the discipline that it requires. I love because I come from a structured, disciplined home, having two devout Jehovah's Witnesses parents. So I like the structure. I like the discipline. I liked the covenant I made and the promise I made to myself and was maintaining it. I like who I have become, a much happier woman. And I just enjoyed just the structure, the discipline, the faith that I had in myself. It boosts my self-esteem a lot, like a whole lot. I started doing so much self-care, so much meditation. Instead of, being with a partner at night, I was up meditating at night. I was up pouring into myself, praying. Just overall, I felt like I didn't have any demons on me, any person's spirit on me. And I was spiritually cleansing myself. And I love the woman that it has caused me to become. I have a glow, a natural glow. A lot of people come up to me and say, "You're 42." A lot of people can't believe my age. Like, I mean, I'm like, yeah, I'm 42 years old, because it's just it changes you for the better. Um, do I feel that one day I'm going to have a partner? Yes, I feel like whenever God is ready to send me someone, then I will receive it. But I am not going to go out and just have these pointless relationships and these pointless um, sexual relationships with men, because I weighed my option. I got to thinking, people were explaining to me how dating goes these days, because I haven't dated in 15 years. So I have, he's just been with my husband. And so, well, ex-husband. And so, they were just like, okay, you out on a few days, they want to have sex immediately. A lot of guys don't want to wait, and then you don't really get to know each other well enough before you start jumping in bed with this person. And before you know it, your dopamine has kicked in, and that love hormone, and you think this is the love of your life. But really, is this hormone kicked in, and you are giving yourself, and you're thinking you're in love with this person, and really this person is a wolf in sheep clothing, and you don't know that, because you barely know this person. Because to me, after a month or 2, 3 months, you don't still don't know that person, or they can be hiding who they are all that time. So I weighed my options, and I said, nah, I've been waiting this long. I just want to wait and continue to work on myself, continue to pour in myself, continue to invest in myself, continue to have the structure, the discipline, the faith, and not be male-centered, and not give in to lust. And these things that each year, I feel like my self-esteem and my glow gets brighter. I'm loving myself more and more, because I'm choosing me first. I'm choosing myself over a pointless relationship. Funny story for the young girls. I am, like I said, 42. Back in the day, I know the feminist is going to hate hearing this, but back in the day, it was a thing where you didn't want to fill these hands with partners. And so, like, for me, I'm still on this hand, and I don't want to feel it. And so, but it was a thing back then. Now the girls, they are just out here doing God knows what with whoever. And I pray that we come back to a time where people have more morals. Nowadays, everything is sex, 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 drugs, sex, drugs. And everybody lacks morals. In other words, in my opinion, lacks discipline, because it takes a lot of discipline to not give in to lust, And so now I look at it like real estate, because I'm into real estate. I'm in school for that. Scarcity, land. I've learned in real estate that is something that is not plentiful. It's hard to come by. So land is valuable. And I look at myself now. I'm not giving myself to anyone that's valueless. I'm going to wait for a man of value, a man of discipline, a man of morals. Because I know, just like land, there's very few women of me. There's very few women that have done the work to heal themselves internally. Not the outer part. Not, people look at me and says, oh, you look nice. You look young in the face, you look pretty, or whatever. Thank you, I appreciate it. But I worked on the inner part of me, which makes me something similar to land. Very few women are like me, and I know that. So to me, that has heightened my value. Heightened my value. And I will just not give myself to anyone, because I know my value and I know my worth. And I just hope that that explains my journey. I am taking myself out to dinner. As a matter of fact, I am getting dressed, getting ready now to celebrate my 6 years of celibacy. Yay! Thank you.